This is just a quick video to show a common problem that these Samsung refrigerators have. This is a 2011 model, and let's see, as you can see, it is the it's the RS. See, I get some clarity on this thing. Anyway, it's an RS model 267 TDRS. There we go. I'm gonna make this fast and short. I took all the drawers out. What happens is there is a fan in the back of that housing right there. It gets full of ice, gets frozen over. For some reason, I have to do this once a year, and it stops the fan from running. So I've taken all the drawers out. There's like a few screws that hold this in down here on the bottom, a few more up in there, and those guys up there. So what I'm going to do is take a blow dryer and kind of heat that plate up so I don't snap the plastic, and then slowly pull that piece off, and I'll show you what it looks like. More blow dryer action. There's a plug in there you gotta undo. The whole thing's gonna come out, and I'm just gonna defrost it with the blow dryer. Basic. I'm going to go ahead and unplug it before I touch these wires now. Defrosting in the sun. It's California sun, so I'd say in about 10 seconds this thing will be defrosted. I'm going to go inside with the blow dryer and knock down the ice.
No.
There we go. Now, I'm going to put this towel here just to catch some of the water, but there is a drain hole down there for all this ice to go down into. So I like to speed things up with the blow dryer because I don't like waiting for anything. I want it fixed, and I want it fixed now, and I want all the food back in there. So I'm just going to melt the ice like this and go back out there, make sure everything's melted, dry, and put it back together. I'll have this running up and running in no time at all. Okay, this has an auto defroster in it. And the auto defroster will usually defrost all the ice around here, but it can't keep up sometimes. Not only that, the housing that goes back on has the motor inside the housing, and it tends to collect ice separately from these coils. So this defrost coil does not always get all the ice. It's just temperamental a little bit, and you got to get to know your fridge so you can save yourself some money and still enjoy it. Yep, looks like all the ice cubes are gone, and it's just a little damp from defrosting in here. The main thing is the panel with the fan in it, so we're going to go outside and take a look at that while it's melting away in the hot California sun. Okay, so now back to the source of our problems, which was all the ice inside the fan. And it's spinning freely, and there's a few little chunks here and there. So I'm going to set it out in the sun for another 30 seconds or 30 minutes, whatever. It's all de-iced and spinning free. Then I can get this thing back together and get my food back in too. I'm going to probably start drying this now. Just drying it up a little. Now, the freezer will still kind of be cold But the fridge gets warm, and that's because the problem is only in here. It's not in the freezer. So that's something to keep in mind, is that your freezer will kind of blow cold. And a separate function. But they do work together. Okay. Alright, the ice is gone. It's 90 degrees out here, so that's why everything just dries so fast. The blow dryer is not going to hurt anything. If it's colder temperatures, it'll help out. I think this typically happens from the fridge being open and closed quite a bit, which happens in the summer, and the defroster just can't keep up with it. So I'm getting ready to put this all back in. Panel once again. Here's the fan in here that gets jammed up with ice. I can still hear some ice kind of blocking around there a little. So there's 4 screws here. So I can take the little motor housing off. 1 screw, 2 screws, 3 screws. I got a 4th one missing. That's not a big deal. I'll find another screw and put it back together. But there you go. Once I take this apart here, I bet you there'll be a little bit of ice in there too. Yep, see? A few more chunks and chips kind of stuck around the fan blade. And so I'll make sure I get all this stuff defrosted out as well. Put it back together and put this in. We're just minutes away. There we go. Motor's dry and spinning free. Put it back in there like that. Screw it into place, and it's going in. The thing is too is, you know, technicians can probably tear this video apart and say don't do this and don't do that, check your heater coil and all that. I really don't care. Okay, when I get my food back in here and it's running again, I won't be waiting until Monday or Tuesday and paying $200 to $300 for a technician. But I got nothing against the technicians. I just know they can tear this apart like they could anything else. Yeah. This is how you do it. Otherwise, don't watch the video, and whatever you want, call the technician. That's okay. They got to make a living too. So, you know, sometimes you need them, sometimes you don't. If you don't want to do this yourself, then you can have them do it. They'll come out and they'll fix it for you, and you'll pay them, and you'll support our wonderful United States economy and everyone else trying to make a living. I understand that. But I am showing you from a homeowner to a homeowner, or self, MacGyver, fixer, duder with the hooters, or whatever you want to call them. I can do this, man. I can do this. So there you go. If you want to do it yourself, bam. And you know who to call. And it's somebody out there who works on this stuff all the time. Alright. Once again, the problem was not so much the defrost coil not defrosting the ice or the defrost thermostat. That has nothing to do with this. This is just something that always happens with these refrigerators. You can see the coil for the defroster is on the perimeter, which leaves a cold spot in the middle where this motor is to form ice. And there's not a whole lot you can do about it. It just happens. And I don't mind doing it once a year. Some people would take this thing and blow it into a million pieces because they never want to do this again. I don't mind. It's really not a big deal. So I'm just going to put this housing back on, put the screws on, and put the shelves in. And it's done. That's it. Go like that. A couple of plugs back here you plug in. And it's basic. Plug this thing in. And once this guy kicks on, the air starts coming through these little vents, and the fridge is back online working again. Sometimes these screws strip out. I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's all plastic. As long as you get 2 out of 6, I guess it'll hold together. Do not over tighten those if you can help it. Oh, look at that. I might even have a bulb burnt out inside this LED next year. Okay, these guys snap right in like that. And like that. The 2-year-old can do this. Okay? I'm out to get the panel off. It has a plug harness on it. So once you push it in so far, kind of hit that stopping point, and then you plug this thing in back there. Let's see. I think it goes right there. Or maybe it goes right. There's 2 screws up here also that you screw in once it's all plugged in and up and running. That, and then we'll screw those 2 screws down. Vac and clean this out, but this whole thing is in pretty good shape. You got to watch out. There's a fan in here that's kind of spinning and stuff. And I'm just joking. It's not good to touch spinning motors when they're going around like that. But like I said, the technicians are going to tear this video apart and say you should not have stuck your finger in the fan blade motor. You know what? It's just the way I do things. So it puts me in touch with my appliance as well. So I get to know my appliance better. You know, like bittersweet. But main thing is cold food. That's what it's all about here. So that is how you work on the RS267 TDRS Samsung refrigerator. I could have got it early on, but this is about where you start from. And you're only working on this half down really, so you can leave your stuff on the top shelf. I'm going to start putting stuff back in the fridge, and I'm not a technician. If you're a technician and watching this and learning, that's okay too. But I've never made a YouTube video or posted anything, so thank you for watching. If this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. If there's any questions, ask me in the comments below. And I'll answer as soon as I can. It might be a few weeks, it might be a few months, it might be the next day, but yeah. I'll try to save you some money by showing this video. How's that? Bye.